Hello, everyone, and how are you doing out there? Thank you for blessing me with an opportunity to come before you right now, wherever you may be dwelling, to share a message with each and every one of you. And I love to come because it's about empowerment, and that's what I love to do. I love to empower everyone. I don't care who you are, where you're from. It is about uplifting. It's about rising up. It's about knowing that your situation is not as difficult as you think that it may be, no matter what you may be going through. So, first and foremost, my name is Mr. Reggie. I am the CEO and founder of the I Am Foundation Reach Out LLC. And I started that nearly 2 years ago. And so I provide motivational speaking, life coaching, and support services. Motivational speaking is making sure that a message is being conveyed to help you and to become aware that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you have experienced, your situation always can be worse. So there's always ways to view certain things. And sometimes when we in the crux of what we are going through, we sometimes uh stay narrowly focused to this situation or the event or the experience that we are going through, and we lose sight of all the things outside of that perimeter. And so I'm here to say that there are um, other ways and avenues outside of that confinement that we choose to confine ourselves within. And it's about looking at that situation. It's about looking at that circumstance. It's about looking at that experience and saying that, hey, you don't have power over me. You are what it is. I am the person that has the power over you, and I am. Whoo, that's power. That's power when you're able to know that you are greater than that situation or that experience or whatever it is that you may be going through, because I love to share with everyone that I talk to that it can always be worse. No matter what you're going through, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what life is throwing you or what God is allowing to transpire for you, with you, or to you, it can be worse. So right now, I am raising money to help the youth that are out there and those who are experiencing various abuses right now. And we're talking about abuses all over the spectrum. So it's not specifically confined to one type of abuse. It's multiple types of abuses that we experience within our life on the journeys that we have been gifted to be able to travel upon. Okay. And so I'm here to help everyone. I mean, and there is like not one that I would love to leave behind. Everybody, if I have the power in my power to be able to help every single person throughout the world to be able to overcome and to know that they are loved, that they are worthy, that they are valuable, that they are important, and the experience and that they are experiencing or you are experiencing, I want to be there to help you through that. I want you to know that you are supported. I want you to know that there is somebody that's thinking about you. I want you to know that you are traveling on a journey, on a road, not alone. Okay. I've also experienced various abuses. And then I've also, as a teen growing up and as a child growing up, there was a lot of things that I was not blessed to be able to receive, or things that were available for me to be able to um, be a part of, to help cultivate and bring out the greatest me. So I am here to offer that to whomever right now, to help you to see that even though I may not had that advantage or that great opportunity, I am here to open the door up to be able to allow you to have that opportunity. Okay. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or how old you are. We are all going through some type of journey, and we do need that support. So, as a human being, we do look for others to help us in our personal struggles or the life situations that we may be experiencing. So I'm selling T-shirts right now on my Shopify, and those T-shirts are raising money to help those who have experienced various abuses and those who the youth out there in our community, regardless of what country you are, regardless of what city, state that you are residing in. The foundation that I started is reaching out to each and every individual. So I also authored a book, which is called Inspirational Quotes by Reggie. Um, it's it's on sale right now at Amazon. That's on sale right now on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Veteran Book, and thrift bookstores. Okay, and this book that I wrote, I'm blessed to have been able to have published, came out last year. Okay, and it's inspirational quotes. And every proceed, 50% of each one of the book, whether it's hardback or whether it's paperback or ebook, is being sold. 50% I vow to donate to those who experience some type of abuse and to our youth out there in the community in which where we live. So it doesn't matter where you're located, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter um, uh, your race, your nationality, your religion. It's about being able to help and assist all of those. And if it was up to me, there would not be one youth, there would not be one person who has experienced abuse not comforted or not provided for financially or not supported in some type of fashion, because I want everyone to know, and I know how it feels, and I know how I was impacted, and I know some of the experiences that you are experiencing or that you have experienced. So as I'm relatable, because I can relate with the pain, the suffering, and just the journey that you are going to go through and that you're on until God takes the breath of our life away. So right now I'm selling t-shirts on my Shopify, and I put the link out there is ZEZFZA dash 8U dot myshopify.com. Okay, and my website is www.IamFoundationReachOutLLC.com. So if you don't want to purchase a T-shirt, if you don't want to purchase a copy of my book, you can also make a donation. Any donation that you do provide, whether great or small, is allocated to those that are helping those who are experiencing and helping those who are going through different journeys as a youth that they are facing with. So there, just reflect on yourself back when you were a youth, and just see how some of the things that you wish that you have had incorporated in your life to have helped you to rise up or to become the greatest you. So just reflect back on your personal experience as a youth and see, like, wow, I wish that I had this, or I wish I could have done this, or I wish this would have been implemented. And so that is the reason why I started the foundation, is to be able to be one of those, to be able to bridge that link of that was nothing to something, so somebody can say, okay, now I can have something, or I can have someone to help me to be able to make it through from one moment to the next moment. So I'm selling t-shirts. They're creative design. So it's just my creativity that I put out there on a t-shirt. So other people can see and other people can can support. So also my book, I provide autographed copies of my book, and the area code is 618-472-6669. You can call me at any given time, and I will be more than happy to autograph that book and have it sent to whatever destination you want to be sent to, whether it be paperback or hardback. And I'm letting you know it is a burst of inspiration, just a flood of inspiration, within the book. It's inspirational quotes, little bite-sized morsels for you to digest and to be able to know that, it can help you to overcome that moment. And keep in mind, even though I provide motivational speaking, life coaching, and support services, I'm not here to fix everything. I'm not here to fix anything. I don't have a cure to be able to change, transform, or to make anything different or go away. What I am able to do is share my personal experience. It's to share my personal accounts. It's to share my personal triumphs and my personal trials to be able to pass along to you. And not just that, but from my learning experience. I've heard and listened and interacted with a variety of different people. So I'm able to have learned things that they have experienced. I have learned the knowledge that is acquired from them, and I'm still learning, and I'm still a work in progress. So I've come with a mixture of things to be able to offer to you, what I have experienced and what I'm going through, and my knowledge and my personal testimony to help you to know that not only what you're going through can be worse, but also to rise up above that and to know that you are the champion, you are the dictator, you are the author, you are the controller of what it is that's going on outside of you. Okay? Because God said, and Jesus said that, I go to my Father, and now that we are one, you can do greater things than I. And greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. Okay? So greater is He that is in you than he who is in the world. And keep in mind, everything that we go through and everything that we are faced with, it starts from within. It's how we see the situation. It's how we are internalizing the situation. It is how we are perceiving the situation. It's how we are thinking about the situation. It's how we are feeling about that situation. It's how we rationalize the situation. On and on and on. It begins with what and how we are choosing to move forward or conceptualize that situation or that experience that we are experiencing or that we are undergoing or that we are faced with on our day-to-day journey. Okay? And that's what it's about. So I am here to say, that hey, you can rise up, and I can give you a personal testimony of so many things that has happened to me in my life from the moment that I can have my earliest memory all the way up to the point right now today, because I still face the same trials and tribulations on a regular basis. We're in a world that everything is not just going to magically disappear. We're in a world whereas things are going to continue to happen in our life. We're in a world where you can wake up today and in the next minute something happens, and then the next minute something else happened, and the next minute something else happened, and it can just go on and continue to revolve and evolve from one day to the next day, from one moment to the next moment. So what I am saying is that even though we are going to be faced with those things, and even though we may experience various trials and tribulations from one moment to the next moment, we are blessed to still have our breath by the grace of God to rise up and to still move through. So at the end, of that moment, we are still functioning. We are still living and breathing. We are still forging onward. We are still making progress. So that means that whatever we experienced, it didn't stop us because this time is still going. Everything around us is still evolving. That situation had happened in that moment, and another situation has took a different form. And so what I'm saying is that we still have to continue to move through whatever we are experiencing. And unfortunately, we must carry it with us, because when something happens to you, we don't magically make it disappear or it magically goes away. It is still going to resonate with us. It is still going to be a part of us. It's still going to have a connection to us in this moment, the next year, and the next year, and the next year, on until God takes our breath away. Now, what happens in the life thereafter, I don't know, but I'm speaking in account to right now as you and I have the breath to breathe. So, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are at, no matter race, color, religion, or creed, any of that, as a human being, we're going to experience a variety of different things. And when we experience them, it becomes a part of us. And so I am here to say, and I love to reiterate empowerment. And what does empowerment mean? And I'm sorry, forgive me. I hope that you can see that this is a live broadcast. So when I come to you on my podcast, I come to you live and living color. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have a voice etiquette. I don't have all those fancy things. I don't even have a makeup artist. I'm coming to you just like I am, because I want to let you know that I'm real, and that this is real, and that what I'm speaking about is real. And so, with that, it needs no dressed up. It needs no dressing. It needs no additive. It needs no makeup. It needs no color. It needs nothing. It is just it's unadulterated, because God has given us that. He's given us that truth, that unadulterated truth that don't need no defense, don't need no cover, don't need no shade, don't need nothing. It is just like how He had put it out for it to be. And so that is what I want you to know, is that this is real. When I come to you, this is real. This is not no Memorex. This is not something that, oh, I got a trial and error process that I went through in order to tweak this, to get it fine tuned, to be able to bring this broadcast to you. No, my speech is going to be slurred. My words is not going to be pronounced accurately. I'm going to talk a little bit too fast. I'm going to talk a little bit too slow. I'm going to be using words that you may be like, what in the world did Mr. Reggie say? And how did he use that in that context? And on and on and on. So I am human, and I'm coming to you as I am. Okay. And so one of the things that I love to do is empowerment. So, what is empowerment? Empowerment to me. Now, you can Google empowerment. You can go to a dictionary to look up empowerment. You can uh, figure out or learn or get it to the best of your ability as to understanding or the knowledge of what empowerment means. To me, what empowerment mean is exactly that: empower. When you say empower, that is something from within, not something outside. So that means I didn't go to no weights to lift them up to give me power. The weights don't have any power. It's just substance. It's just barbells with weights and whatever. It has no substance until I give it substance. Until I go and pick that up, That means I have to mentally tell myself. It means I have to emotionally embrace myself. It means that I have to physically use some exertion. It means that I have to spiritually be in tune with who I am, knowing my limitations, knowing what that weight is, the capabilities of that weight, what it can do, what I'm capable of doing, the parameters between me as a human being and that weight as a physical substance. So on and on and on. It all starts within me, and then I am the one that takes the next initiative to go and lift it up for whatever purpose that I want to utilize that weight for. But you just see how I just displayed just a quick summarization of the ability from within in order to go outside. So the inside allowed me to move to picking up the outside. Okay. So empowerment is the things that are going on with inside of me to allow me to move from what I think, how I feel, how I see it, to going to that weight to utilize it for whatever purpose that I decide to utilize it for. And we use weights for various reasons. Some people use weights to want to lose weight. Some people use weights to want to enhance their cardio. Some people use weights because they want to stay fit and trim. On and on and on. However, it is based upon how you as an individual choose to see that. And that is what I'm talking about, empowerment. It is about you and your makeup and what you are choosing to use, whatever that you are choosing to use it for, and however you see the utilization of whatever it is that how you want to see it. So that is what I'm talking about. So empowerment is from within. And that, excuse me, entails in a bigger picture about what we are experiencing. So you can experience various abuses, you can experience situations within your family, within your relationships, within your job, with a retailer, and when you walk into one of these retail stores, so you can experience that too. So what I'm speaking about is about you and you. It has nothing to do with you and I. It has nothing to do with you and them. It has nothing to do with I and everyone else. It has everything to do with you as a person, as an individual. And I love to share with other people because here's something I want you to impress upon your mind. God had gifted and created each and every one of us uniquely. That means it is estimated at over 8 some odd billion people in the world. And we know that didn't nobody take an actual tally of the people in the world. So we're just saying that over an estimation of over 8 some odd billion people in the world. So, with that being said, that means that each and every one of us have been created uniquely. There is no carbon copy of you. It is one of you. While you're here and when you're gone, there was only one of you. There will not, never, ever be anybody that's going to take your place or substitute you. So each and every one of us, we have our own set of tools, skills, abilities, gifts, talents that God has given each and every one of us. And even if God gifted 7 million people with the gift to sing, we're not all going to sing in the same exact way. Now, we can be trained to sing in a harmony, but our voices, our makeup, our character that brings that harmony together is going to be totally different. We can sing on one same accord, but it's going to all be totally different in a different way because we are all gifted and we all are created uniquely. Okay. And so that is what I'm talking about. So empowerment is going to vary from person to person. I can't give you empowerment. No, I cannot. You may say, well, Mr. Reggie, you are a motivational speaker, a life coach, or support, and you provide support services. You give empowerment. No, 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 no. I cannot give you empowerment. All I can do is share my personal experience, my thoughts, my knowledge, and my personal testimony. And it is a message. The message is to bring about something within inside of you, to rattle something, to bring your awareness, or to get your thoughts stimulated, or to broaden the perspective of your mindset or your thought process, to juggle your emotions. That is what the message is. And I hate to tell you, sometimes we get so glued into thinking about having that dependency on our mom, our dad, brother, sister, cousin, husband, wife, a doctor, lawyer, psychologist, on and on and on. Guess what? They cannot give you anything. And if they are telling you that you come to me and I can give you this, let me tell you something. They can't even give themselves the things that you cannot give yourself either. They are human just like you are human. They're gonna live, they're gonna die. They can't even give themselves life in ever in life, forever and now on. We are moving, breathing creatures that God has created to habitate upon his earth for a duration of period of time. So all they can do is share. That's all they can do. Okay. Now they can say, well, I'm qualified because I went to college and I got this degree. Well, I'm qualified because I've done this for 50 years and I'm qualified, I'm specialized, and however they want to tweak what it is that they want to share. At the end, all they can do is just share a message. They cannot give you anything. I don't care who they are or what they trying to sell to you or what they are promising you that they can do. Let me tell you something. They cannot do anything. Nothing. The only person that can do anything is our Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ and my Father who created us all. Okay, that who has the power to be able to do something. So if you go to a doctor and a doctor, okay, well, you got a headache, I'm gonna prescribe you some medication. They're not giving you anything. All they doing is giving you a suggestion based upon whatever they have concluded to think that that may be what can help you through whatever or overcome. But guess what? It is not a cure, and it's not guaranteed. It's not nothing for sure. It's only something that they have come to the conclusion of that this may work for you. You see what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. That is not even guaranteed. Okay. The only thing that's guaranteed is God and our Lord and our Savior Jesus Christ. Well, He's my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ. If you don't choose to embrace Him as such, so, with that being said, what I'm sharing with you is that nobody on the face of this planet, and if anybody has told you that, if anybody has told you, if anybody has told you that they can give you or they got a cure or that they are promising you what they can do for you, let me tell you something. Don't fall for the hype because they can't. All they can do and of course they're gonna do it because they selling. They trying to psychologically brainwash you into thinking that they do so you can pay your hard-earned dollars into it when at the end, bottom line, they can't even save themselves. Okay, so what they're selling to you is something that they are trying to psychologically get you to think that they can or that they have or that they do or that they will. But I'm here to share with you, spoiler alert, no, they can't. No human being can. All every one of us can do is offer our suggestions, offer our personal testimony, offer our messages. And by the grace of God, through my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ, the spirit within inside of me guides me to be able to share with you something that I know that is vital, something that I know that's going to be beneficial because it wasn't me that gave it to you. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a messenger. I am just a temple. I am just a body. I am just a body that's being used. I apologize. I get about various calls, and some of this stuff is spam. So I do apologize for the interruption when you hear those phones ringing. When you hear those phones ringing. So I try to shut them down immediately as they ringing, so it don't distract this broadcast. So what I'm saying to you is it's about empowerment. And right now, I provide motivation. My name is Mr. Reggie. I provide motivational speaking, life coaching, and support services. Okay, www.iamfoundationreachoutllc.com. You do not have to fill out the contact me form in order to review my website. But if you want my services, you just fill out the contact form. It'll come to my email, and I will get back to you promptly. And I provide online services. I provide services where I will come to you. So it doesn't matter if you're in another country, if you're in another state, if you're in another city. You subscribe to my services. We have a consultation, and I will come to you, guaranteed. I love to travel. That is what I love to do. That's what I'm about. We can meet at a coffee shop. We can meet at your house. We can meet at some office building. We can meet at a church. We can meet in a car. We can meet in a parking lot. It doesn't matter. I am here for you because I want you to know that I want to support you. And I'm here for you because I want you to know that I what you have went through is relatable because I have been through it and that I'm going through it because guess what? I'm a human being. Okay? I'm also selling t-shirts on my Shopify. ZEZFZA hyphen 8u dot myshopify.com. So I'm selling the t-shirts, and the donations is the proceeds is going to those who have experienced various abuses and our youth out there in our society, whether you want to help them or not, and regardless of where they may be located, and regardless of their ages. I want them to know that I'm here for them because I hated that. I hate it when people judge me and oh, well, I help you. Well, I don't want to help you, or I do this because of this, or I do on and on and on and on. I ain't got time for all that type of stuff. Right now, people need help right now in this moment. Right now, people need support right now in this moment. And every moment is valuable. Every moment is vital to helping and uplifting and sharing inspiration to those that are in need as we speak right now. Okay. And if you choose to do neither, I also have a book, and 50% of each um, book that's being sold is going to help those who have experienced various abuses and those who are the youth that are out there, they're experiencing their trials and tribulations as well. Okay. Now, the autographed copies can only come through me. They are not sold online. They are sold through me online, not through Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Veteran Book, or thrift bookstores. You would just get a book. You would just get this book online, hardback, paperback, or ebook. If you call me 618-472-6669 USA, one area code 4621. It's the number 618-472-6669. You can call me at any given time to order a copy of my book, and you just let me know what it is that you want me to write on the inside cover or the back of the cover or on the book itself or wherever, and I will have it mailed to you as soon as possible, to the destination that you want this book to be able to go to. And it's inspirational quotes. Reggie is my creative author name. Reggie is the name of my shop on my Shopify and selling t-shirts. And I would definitely love to be able to get this to you so you can put these in schools, hospitals, juvenile centers, prisons. You can put it in your house, on your desk. You can put it in your office. Who don't need inspiration? Who don't need it? We all need a burst of inspiration. Inspiration is what helps us to become empowered. Inspiration is what helps us to be able to be able to move and to breathe and to function and to continue to move forward. Okay. So that's what that is about. All right. And I like to read at least one quote before I close the end of my podcast. And I will start coming to you on a more regular and frequent basis of my podcast because it's about a message. It's about sharing with you empowerment. It's about sharing with you my testimony. It's about sharing with you my message. And anyone is more than welcome to join me. My email is there. You can contact me through my email, and I would love to welcome you on my podcast so we can come together as even more so to be able to share the message of hope and inspiration with people throughout the world. So I'm gonna read one before I get ready to conclude my podcast, and I just randomly select a wisdom quote. All right, and these wisdom quotes are divinely inspired. It wasn't something I just sat down and just wrote and put words together. They were inspired from within, and it allowed me to even second guess it. But when I reflected on it, it was like, wow, and it just helped me from one moment to the next moment. That's all we are able to do. You hear people say one day at a time. I say one moment at a time. Okay. I'm going to go to page 91. The top of it, it says, read in order to see the words, but listen in order to understand the message. Read in order to see the words, but listen in order to understand the message. So we can go and pick up anything. And here we read all the time. So some people say, I hate reading. Let me tell you something. We read all the time. If you're texting somebody, guess what you're doing? You're reading. If you go to the retail store and then you get a receipt, or they tell you it's $150 or whatever, and you seeing all the transactions get totaled, tallied up, you're reading. Okay, if you pick up a book, guess what? You're reading. If you sign an agreement or a contract or for a house, for a job, for a car, or whatever the case may be, guess what you are doing? You're reading. Whether you read it all or read it little or not read it at all, you still are are reading. Okay? Also, you can read non-verbally. So you don't necessarily have to have lines on a paper to be able to read. You can just sit back and observe and see other people. And guess what you're doing? You're reading. You are taking in an account of what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell through your senses, and you are conceptualizing something. So you are reading something. So we do it every day. Although I don't like to read. Yeah, you do. We have to read. We have to, as a human being, in order to get directions, in order to have goals, in order to know perimeters, in order to know what we doing, on and on and on. When you buy something and you put it together, what do you have to do in order to put it together? Read. So when you're in a car and you're driving, you you're looking at the stoplight, you're looking at the signs along the way, you're looking at other people driving. What are you doing? You're reading. You have to read no matter. So you can qualify and say, well, I don't, okay, Mr. Reggie, you're right. I just don't like to read books. Mr. Reggie, you're right, but I just don't like to read this or that. It doesn't matter. My message is that we all read. So with that quote, it said, read. Okay, but to understand it, you have to listen to the message. Okay, so we are always receiving messages, and how we interpret that message and how we internalize that message is going to vary. But we are still reading, and then to understand, you have to understand the message. You have to understand the message. And here we do it so unconsciously and we do it consciously that sometimes we don't even take a second thought about what we're doing. But we are actually taking in a message. When you go to a stoplight, red, yellow, green, it's as applicable, excuse me, throughout the United States. Red, yellow, green. Okay, if that's the standard, when you go, you know that that red means to stop. So if you go past that red, or if you speed past that red, you already know. You already know. See, you don't read it, but you already understand that there can be possible consequences because other traffic is going to be going while you have sped right through that red line, that red stop sign. And then even if you don't get banged up, police may be on the other side seeing you, observing you doing that. Somebody may be in a car videotaping and got your license plates because these cell phones are just all over the place right now and they can record anything at any given time. So my message is simple. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read it again. It's on page 91. It said, read in order to see the words, but listen in order to understand the message. So you have to listen. Even though you're reading something, there's a message in that. So, what is that message? Why did this situation happen? Why did God allow me to go through the experience? You can read it all day long. It's a severe weather storm. This is what that weather, the consequences or the damages of. You can read everything. I read the body language of that person that physically assaulted me or yelled at me, on and on and on. You can read it all day long, but to understand the message, why did God allow that situation to happen? And God said He does not place anything on us that we cannot bear. That's what He said in His words. So now you understand the message. You have to understand the message, and empowerment is where it began. Amen. See how we come back full circle. Empowerment is where it begins. It begins within how we start thinking, how we start feeling, how we start perceiving, how we start conceptualizing, rationalizing, how we start becoming spiritually in tune. On and on, whatever mixture, however you want to mix it up, because we are all uniquely created. So, however you want to mix it up, the bottom line is that we still have to understand the message, okay? Because it's a message there. It is a message, and we have to be willing to ascertain that message. So I thank you for allowing me an opportunity to come before you in this broadcast. I will be back. Don't worry, I will be back, and I will be here on a continuous basis because I want to let you know that whoever you are, I'm speaking to you. If you are a youth and you're going through various situations right now, trials and tribulations, I'm speaking to you. If you are a person out there who are experiencing some type of abuse, and let me tell you something, you already listened to one of my podcasts about abuses, because abuses is from one end to the spectrum to the other. We just been so confined to, oh, this means only abuse and this is what we're experiencing, but abuse is all over and we experience it on a regular basis, you know, excuse me, by our relatives, by our friends, by acquaintances, and it takes a variety of different forms. So with that being said, I am here for you and I'm speaking to you. Okay. And everybody else, if you feel like you don't fall up under that heading or under that window, I'm also speaking to you too, because it's about trying to share, it's about trying to give, it's about trying to uplift the other person, it's about trying to inspire, to share hope with the other person. And sometimes that takes that person outside of you, but it is said that you cannot give something to someone that first you don't have yourself. So you first must have in order to give. And I love to say, great is he who is in me. And notice I didn't say greater is Reggie that's in me than Reggie that's in the world. I said greater is quoted from the Bible. Great is he who is in me. That means there's something inside of me that's helping me to move, to think, to feel, to internalize, and everything than he who is in the world. That means there's something outside of me. And guess what? Something outside of us happens on a regular basis, on and on and on and on. It happens. It happens. So it is something outside of us that is happening. And guess what? Just like it's something that's inside outside of us happening, there's something that's inside of us that's happening as well. And greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. Because when the moment is over with and we go to the next moment, guess what? We're still living and breathing. No matter what we have lost, no matter what we have suffered, we're still living and breathing and functioning. So we're still carrying on. By the grace of God, the situation can always be worse. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will definitely be back with you.